There are always peaks and valleys in a season. One that looked like it was going to be a huge valley for the Braves came in late July, an 11-game road trip that took Atlanta to Pittsburgh, then to Colorado, and then to Houston. Braves had high hopes going into that road trip, but the first game in Pittsburgh, Atlanta blew a 3-run lead in the 9th and lost, and you could almost feel things begin to slide away the way the Giants were playing. Maybe for the first time, people began to really count the Atlanta Braves out, but they learned an important lesson. This is not a team to be counted out. Let's remember Pittsburgh in late July. This would be a good man to get on with his running speed. Otis Nixon waits on deck. Swung late, fouled it away. It's 2-1. You can see Dion has had good fortune as a pinch hitter. It's funny how very quietly, without a whole lot of discussion, the Braves are almost right back in the situation they've been in last year as far as the use of Nixon and Sanders has gone. The 2-1 pitch. Chop towards second. It's going to be close. Garcia throws late. He mistimed his leap on that ball, and that cost him, and a fast man is on. It'll be a hit.
Yeah, it was almost like he jumped too soon, wasn't it?
He did.
Take another look. Bounced it hard right into the ground, and Garcia went up in the air, and he didn't need to. Perhaps he thought the ball might bounce up off the turf and try to go over his head, and he wanted to make sure that didn't happen. Close play. Kevin Young did a little moonwalk over there after the call, thought he had the out.
I favored the runner, as the old saying goes. So there's a go-ahead run at first with 1 out. Will he take off? Nixon the batter.
You mentioned these two guys kind of settling into sort of a platoon role right now, and both guys have played better because of it. Dion's average has gone up. Otis has been hot against the Pirates.
Not running. Another little tapper. Third baseman fields. He's safe. 2 on, 1 out. We finally figured this thing out. We've been hitting the ball too hard. Hunter's at first and second. 1 out for Blauser.
This is tough for Blauser or any right-handed hitter up there against Belinda, who's been pitching extremely well. His delivery's 3/4 at its highest point. Most of the time it's sidearm. And he has a good breaking ball, and it's tough to stay in there on him. Situation like this, you need to get the run home and trying to make sure you don't pull that front shoulder off too quickly.
The 2-1 pitch. Line, left field, base hit. Dion should score easily. The other runner, Nixon, stops at second, and the Braves are on the board. Listen to this crowd. Watch Blauser. I think he tried to call timeout.
It looked like it. Watch him right there. Call time. He's taking too much time, and instead he has to stay in there and hangs out a rope. This happened the other night in a game in Toronto. Mike McFarland, a catcher for the Kansas City Royals, did the same thing and hit a home run.
Well, let's get some more. Now Avery's got a chance to be a winner here. But you can never have enough, as we proved conclusively last night. Hot shot. That is fair into the corner. 1 run is in. Blauser is around third. Jimmy's waving him. He will score. It's a double for Gant, and the Braves lead 3-0. Gant now with 59 RBI. And the 2 little rollers really came home to haunt Belinda.
They certainly did. Give Deion Sanders credit for getting it started on the infield hit. Remember, Ron Gant's been robbed a couple of times, having hit the ball hard to right field. This time, he finds a hole down the third base line and picks up 2 insurance runs.
They'll put McGriff on to pitch to Terry Pendleton. There's still only 1 out in the inning, 4 hits in a row. Well, here's Pendleton. I'll tell you what. This was a ball game that, and I'll say it now, even if it happens, if you lose this one, after losing the way they lost last night, you begin to feel it really sliding away to where it's almost an impossible situation. And if they blow another lead like this, I would really begin to feel that way.
Yeah.
Fly ball, well hit center field, but playable. Martin is back. Gant will tag. McGriff will also tag. Gant will come over. McGriff will stay where he is. 2 down. And while it doesn't mean a changing of the guard, it sort of indicates maybe a change in philosophy as far as the closer spot is concerned for Atlanta. Sometimes Stanton, sometimes not. Look out, almost hit him. A good play by Slutt. 1 ball, no strikes.
This is a similar pitch that he started the inning with when he almost hit Deion Sanders. I don't know how David was able to get out of the way of that one. It kept biting in on him.
Did it go between his legs?
I don't think so, but he was doing some fancy kick saves down there, goalie type work to get out of the way.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Drill deep left center field. That baby's got a chance. Lonnie looks up. Kiss it goodbye. It's 6-0. Number 23, 65 RBI. 6 zips. They're in the bottom of the second at Dodger Stadium. No score in that game. The Braves won their game today 5-3. I guess 10 or 12,000 people, maybe a few more, are still here watching the end of this one. Others have scurried to the exits to get home and watch that Dodger-Giant game. One guy that's still here is our colleague Joe Simpson, and he's in the Atlanta clubhouse. Joe?
All right, Skip, thanks. I've got Terry Pendleton down here. One thing's for sure, you guys have got your work completed. You know you have one more game left. You're just not sure where it's going to be, and I'm sure that, from a standpoint of pressure, pleases you more than having to play right now, knowing you have to win.
Well, there's no doubt about that. You know, we were fortunate enough to come out and win today, and the Giants have their work cut out for them now. They've got to beat the Dodgers, and the Dodgers are definitely coming to try to beat them today. So it's going to be interesting down the stretch here, this evening anyway, for us.
You had a great series against the Rockies. You come in with a little extra incentive?
No, I just tried to come in and relax and do what I was capable of doing. I don't feel I've done what I was capable of doing all year long, and I felt this was a big weekend for us, and I tried my best to relax and come out here and do what I'm capable of doing to help this team win.
Speaking of doing things you're capable of doing, I didn't know you were capable of going up about 5 feet off the ground to make that catch of the line drive off of Gerald Clark's bat. Jeff Blauser said you've been saving your legs for that one play all year. Is that true?
No, not really. my thing was, you know, we've got on each other around here about what people could do and couldn't do when they were younger, and I used to tell people I could slam dunk a basketball, and nobody believed me. At 5'6" in high school, I could do so. So I had to prove it to them, I guess, today.
I think that replay right there shows that you could go up the ladder a little bit. What about the mood of this clubhouse going into today's ball game? Any difference? You guys have been loose all year long, but any added pressure knowing that you had to win?
No, we felt confident. We felt confident we can win. And, you know, this team has been relaxed all year. Even when we were down 10 games to the Giants, we were relaxed. We felt like there was plenty of time to come back, and today was no exception.
Terry, thanks for the visit. We're going to send it over to Don Sutton right now. He's got Sid Bream on hand. Don?
All right, Joe, thank you very much. I do have Sid Bream here. You know, a lot of people, I think, in your situation, having to go sit on the bench with a guy like McGriff comes over here, to them, this would be a bittersweet victory and a chance to go to maybe a bittersweet playoff. But I know your character. I don't think anybody in this clubhouse is any happier than you are.
Well, it's definitely one of those, Don, where you definitely like to be a part of it a little bit more. I mean, as you know, as a ball player, I mean, you like to be a part of the action, and being over there, I mean, you don't have the opportunity that you would if you were playing every day. But yes, I mean, this team has done a great job this year, and you know, you got to give them a lot of credit. You got to give both teams a lot of credit. San Francisco's done super, and we've done super, and you know, to think that it's coming down to this last game of the season, you know, it's kind of quite amazing.
There are a lot of people who describe this ball club as a John Sherholtz ball club, a Bobby Cox ball club, but there are also those who say this is a Terry Pendleton, Sid Bream ball club. Two of the first free agent signees here. You gave stability to it. Great deal of pride in that?
Well, there is. I mean, you do have to give Sherholtz and you do have to give Bobby a lot of credit. And but I think that also in the trenches, I mean, Terry and hopefully myself, we were able to, like you said, give the focus where it was needed to be given, and hopefully we can take a lot of pride in to think that we were one of the first pioneers to get this thing rolling.
And the stability that you show for this ball club has to have already helped you when you got into the role of having to come off the bench and pinch hit. That cannot be easy.
No, it isn't. I mean, matter of fact, to me, I mean, I've watched some of the greats. I mean, Jose Morales and Manny Mota over the years, and you know, I used to sit and talk with them. And I mean, pinch hitting to me is one of the toughest things in the game of baseball. And you know, the experience of 9 years of playing this game, and just the fact that I've gone through it a little bit. I mean, it's helped me a lot, and it's been a lot of fun coming off the bench to do those types of things. But you know, again, you still wish that you could be there playing.
And I don't think anybody would expect any less out of you. I hope you get a few more swings before 93 is over.
Thanks, Don.
A large crowd still here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium on the scoreboard. The activity from Dodger Stadium going on. Nobody wants to leave. But we're going to pause right here for a timeout. We'll come back and relive more of the moments after this break.